You're living far below your potential and you know it, but you're too comfortable to do anything about it. You know you're capable of more, you know you deserve more, you know you could achieve more, but you keep choosing the easy path over the right path. You keep choosing comfort over growth, security over opportunity, and excuses over action. You've settled for good enough instead of striving for excellent. You've accepted average instead of pursuing extraordinary. You've chosen mediocrity over mastery because mediocrity doesn't require you to change, grow, or face your fears. The tragedy isn't that you're failing, it's that you're succeeding at living a life that's beneath you. You're succeeding at being average when you were designed to be exceptional. You're succeeding at playing small when you were meant to play big. You're wasting the gifts you were given and the potential you were born with. Let me tell you something that will change your life forever. The most important question you can ask yourself is not, what do I want? But who must I become to get what I want? You see, most people spend their entire lives wishing things were different. They wish they had more money. They wish they had better relationships. They wish they had better health. But here's what I've learned after all these years. Wishing will not make it so. You don't get what you want in life, you get what you deserve. And what you deserve is directly tied to who you become. Now I want you to think about this carefully. Every single day you have a choice. You can either get better or you can get worse. You cannot stay the same. That's impossible. Life doesn't work that way. The economy changes, people change, circumstances change, technology changes. Everything around you is constantly changing. So if you're not growing, you're dying. If you're not improving, you're falling behind. And if you're not becoming better than who you were yesterday, you're actually becoming worse. Here's what most people don't understand about success. They think success is about getting lucky. They think it's about being in the right place at the right time. They think it's about having the right connections or the right opportunities. But that's not true. Success is about who you become. Success is about the person you develop into. Success is about the skills you acquire, the knowledge you gain, the habits you form, and the character you build. Let me share something with you that changed my life. When I was 25 years old, I met a man who became my mentor. He taught me that if you want to have more, you have to become more. If you want to earn more, you have to learn more. If you want to receive more, you have to give more. But it all starts with working harder on yourself than you do on your job. Most people work hard on their job and wonder why they don't get ahead. They work hard on their job for 40 years and end up broke. Why? Because they didn't work on themselves. They didn't develop themselves. They didn't grow themselves. You see, your income rarely exceeds your personal development. If you want to earn more money, don't ask for a raise. Become worth more. If you want better relationships, don't look for better people. Become a better person. If you want better health, don't look for better medicine. Develop better habits. Everything you want is on the other side of who you become. Now here's the good news. You don't have to change everything at once. You don't have to become perfect overnight. You just have to become better than you were yesterday. Just a little bit better. 1% better. That's it. But you have to do it every single day. You have to make it a discipline. You have to make it a way of life. The compound effect is one of the most powerful forces in the universe. Small disciplines repeated over time create incredible results. Small errors in judgment repeated over time create incredible failure. The difference between success and failure is so small that most people miss it completely. It's the difference between reading 30 minutes a day and watching television for 30 minutes a day. It's the difference between taking care of your body and neglecting your body. It's the difference between saving money and spending money. It's the difference between associating with positive people and associating with negative people. Most people underestimate what they can accomplish in 5 years and overestimate what they can accomplish in 1 year. They want instant results. They want immediate gratification. They want to plant in the spring and harvest in the fall. But success doesn't work that way. Success is a process. Success is a journey. Success is about becoming the person who deserves the success you want. Here's what I want you to understand. You are where you are today because of who you are. If you want to be somewhere else, you have to become someone else. You have to change. You have to grow. You have to develop. You have to improve. You cannot stay the same and expect different results. That's insanity. The great tragedy of life is not that people aim too high and miss, but that they aim too low and hit. Most people settle for mediocrity. They settle for average. They settle for good enough. But good enough is never good enough for someone who wants to live an extraordinary life. You have to set higher standards for yourself. You have to demand more from yourself. You have to expect more from yourself. Personal responsibility is the foundation of all success. You have to take full responsibility for your life. Not partial responsibility, not 50% responsibility, full responsibility. You have to stop blaming other people for your circumstances. You have to stop blaming the economy. You have to stop blaming your parents. You have to stop blaming your education. You have to stop blaming your age. You have to stop blaming your lack of resources. You have to take full responsibility for who you are and where you are. The day you take full responsibility for your life is the day your life will start to change. Until then, you're just a victim of circumstances. Until then, you're just hoping and wishing and praying that things will get better. But hope is not a strategy. Wishing is not a plan. Praying without action is just wishful thinking. To understand that you have incredible power within you. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to change your circumstances. You have the power to change your future. But you have to use that power. You have to activate that power. You have to apply that power. And it all starts with making the decision to become better than who you were yesterday. Now let me tell you something that might shock you. Most people live their entire lives without ever taking full responsibility for their results. They blame their boss for their lack of promotion. They blame their spouse for their unhappy marriage. They blame their children for their stress. They blame their friends for their social problems. They blame the government for their financial troubles. They blame everyone and everything except themselves. But here's what I've learned. When you point your finger at someone else, you have 3 fingers pointing back at you. When you blame others for your problems, you give away your power to solve them. When you make excuses for your failures, you prevent yourself from learning from them. When you refuse to take responsibility, you refuse to take control. I want you to understand something very important. The word responsibility comes from 2 words, response and ability. It means your ability to respond. It means your ability to choose your response to any situation. It means your ability to control your reaction to any circumstance. It means your ability to decide how you will handle any challenge. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond to what happens to you. You cannot control the actions of others, but you can control your reactions to their actions. You cannot control the circumstances of your life, but you can control your response to those circumstances. You cannot control the economy, but you can control your economic activity. You cannot control the weather, but you can control your preparation for the weather. This is the foundation of personal power. This is the foundation of personal freedom. This is the foundation of personal success. When you take full responsibility for your life, you take full control of your life. When you take full responsibility for your results, you take full control of your results. When you take full responsibility for your future, most people want to control everything except themselves. They want to control their spouse. They want to control their children. They want to control their boss. They want to control their co-workers. They want to control their neighbors. They want to control the government. They want to control everything and everyone around them. But they don't want to control themselves. They don't want to control their thoughts. They don't want to control their emotions. They don't want to control their actions. They don't want to control their habits. They don't want to control their responses. But here's the truth. The only thing you can truly control is yourself. The only person you can truly change is yourself. The only life you can truly improve is your own life. The only results you can truly influence are your own results. The only future you can truly shape is your own future. Now, let me tell you what it means to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. Most people go to work every day and do just enough to get by. They do just enough to not get fired. They do just enough to collect their paycheck, but they never invest in themselves. They never develop their skills. They never improve their knowledge. They never grow their abilities. They never enhance their value. Your job is what pays your bills. Your personal development is what makes you wealthy. Your job is what you do for a living. Your personal development is what you do for a life. Your job is temporary. Your personal development is permanent. Companies come and go. Industries change. Technology advances. But the person you become through personal development stays with you forever. Here's a simple truth that most people never learn. You get paid for bringing value to the marketplace. The more value you bring, the more you get paid. The less value you bring, the less you get paid. It's that simple. So, if you want to earn more money, you have to become more valuable. You have to develop more skills. You have to acquire more knowledge. You have to improve your abilities. You have to enhance your talent. The marketplace rewards performance, not excuses. The marketplace rewards results, not effort. The marketplace rewards value, not time. You can work hard for 40 years and still end up broke if you're not bringing value to the marketplace. But you can work smart for 10 years and become wealthy if you're constantly improving your value. Here's what successful people know that unsuccessful people don't know. Successful people know that their income is directly tied to their personal development. They know that if they want to earn more, they have to learn more. They know that if they want to have more, they have to become more. They know that if they want to receive more, they have to give more. They know that everything they want is on the other side of who they become. Unsuccessful people think the opposite. They think they deserve more money just because they show up. They think they deserve a promotion just because they've been there a long time. They think they deserve better treatment just because they're nice people. But that's not how the world works. The world rewards value. The world rewards performance. The world rewards results. Your attitude determines your altitude. Your philosophy determines your destination. Your thinking determines your results. If you want to change your results, you have to change your thinking. If you want to change your circumstances, you have to change your philosophy. If you want to change your life, you have to change your attitude. Most people have a poor attitude about personal development. They think it's too much work. They think it's too expensive. They think it's too time-consuming. They think it's too difficult. But here's the truth. Personal development is not too expensive. Ignorance is too expensive. Personal development is not too time-consuming. Wasting your life is too time-consuming. Personal development is not too difficult. Living a life of regret is too difficult. Let me share something with you that will change how you think about personal development forever. Your personal development should be your number one priority. Not your job, not your career, not your business, not your investments, your personal development. Because when you work on yourself, everything else improves automatically. When you improve your skills, your income improves. When you improve your attitude, your relationships improve. When you improve your habits, your results improve. But most people have it backwards. They work on their job and wonder why their life doesn't improve. They work on their business and wonder why their income doesn't improve. They work on their investments and wonder why their wealth doesn't improve. They work on everything except themselves and wonder why nothing changes. Here's a profound truth that took me years to understand. Your outer world is a reflection of your inner world. Your circumstances are a reflection of your consciousness. Your results are a reflection of your thinking. Your lifestyle is a reflection of your philosophy. Your income is a reflection of your value. Your relationships are a reflection of your character. If you want to change your outer world, you have to change your inner world. If you want to change your circumstances, you have to change your consciousness. If you want to change your results, you have to change your thinking. If you want to change your lifestyle, you have to change your philosophy. If you want to change your income, you have to change your value. If you want to change your relationships, you have to change your character. This is why personal development is so important. This is why working on yourself is so critical. This is why becoming better than who you were yesterday is so essential. Because everything you want on the outside starts with what you develop on the inside. Most people are trying to change their lives by changing their circumstances. They think if they just get a better job, they'll be happy. They think if they just make more money, they'll be successful. They think if they just move to a better neighborhood, they'll be fulfilled. They think if they just find the right person, they'll be complete. But that's not how it works. You don't change your life by changing your circumstances. You change your life by changing yourself. Let me tell you about the difference between achievers and non-achievers. Non-achievers focus on what they want to have. Achievers focus on who they want to become. Non-achievers focus on the destination. Achievers focus on the journey. Non-achievers focus on the results. Achievers focus on the process. Non-achievers focus on the outcome. Achievers focus on the input. When you focus on becoming the right person, you'll naturally attract the right opportunities. When you focus on developing the right skills, you'll naturally create the right results. When you focus on building the right character, you'll naturally enjoy the right relationships. When you focus on forming the right habits, you'll naturally experience the right lifestyle. The law of attraction is real, but it's not what most people think it is. The law of attraction is not about visualizing what you want and then waiting for it to show up. The law of attraction is about becoming the person who naturally attracts what you want. The law of attraction is about developing the skills that naturally create what you want. The discipline of daily reading will transform your life. Most people don't read. They watch television, they scroll through social media, they waste their time on meaningless activities. But successful people read. They read books, they read articles, they read biographies, they read everything they can get their hands on that will help them grow and improve. Reading is to the mind what exercise is to the body. Just as your body needs physical exercise to stay healthy and strong, your mind needs mental exercise to stay sharp and effective. Reading exercises your mind. Reading expands your thinking. Reading increases your knowledge. Reading improves your vocabulary. Reading enhances your imagination. Reading develops your creativity. If you read just 30 minutes a day, you'll read about 15 books a year. In 10 years, you'll have read 150 books. In 20 years, you'll have read 300 books. Do you think reading 300 books on success, business, leadership, and personal development might make a difference in your life? Of course it would. It would make a tremendous difference. It would transform your life completely. But most people won't do it. They'll say they're too busy. They'll say they don't have time. They'll say they're too tired. They'll make excuses. They'll find reasons why they can't instead of finding ways that they can. And 5 years from now, they'll be in the same place they are today, wondering why their life hasn't changed. Here's what you have to understand about disciplines. Disciplines are activities that you do every day that seem easy to do, but are also easy not to do. Reading for 30 minutes a day is easy to do. It's also easy not to do. Exercising for 30 minutes a day is easy to do. It's also easy not to do. Eating healthy food is easy to do. It's also easy not to do. Saving money is easy to do. It's also easy not to do. The problem is that these disciplines don't seem important in the moment. If you don't read today, nothing bad happens. If you don't exercise today, nothing bad happens. If you eat junk food today, nothing bad happens. If you don't save money today, nothing bad happens. But if you don't do these things for 5 years, disaster strikes. This is why most people fail. They fail because they don't understand the power of daily disciplines. They don't understand that small errors in judgment repeated over time create incredible failure. They don't understand that what seems unimportant in the moment becomes incredibly important over time. Let me tell you about the discipline of taking care of your body. Your body is the temple of your soul. It's the vehicle that carries you through life. It's the foundation of everything you do. If you don't take care of your body, how can you take care of anything else? If you don't have energy, how can you be productive? If you don't have health, how can you enjoy wealth? Most people take better care of their cars than they do their bodies. They change the oil in their car every 3,000 miles. They check the tires, they wash it, they wax it, they maintain it. But they don't maintain their bodies. They eat junk food, they don't exercise, they don't get enough sleep, they don't drink enough water, They abuse their bodies and then wonder why they feel terrible. Your body is designed to last 100 years if you take care of it. But most people wear it out in 50 years because they don't take care of it. They think they can eat whatever they want and not pay a price. They think they can skip exercise and not pay a price. They think they can stay up late and not pay a price. But you always pay a price. The price might be delayed, but it always comes. The discipline of exercise will change your life. Exercise doesn't just make your body stronger. It makes your mind stronger. It makes your spirit stronger. It gives you energy. It gives you confidence. It gives you discipline. It gives you self-respect. It gives you pride. It gives you a sense of accomplishment. When you exercise regularly, you feel better about yourself. You have more energy. You're more productive. You're more creative. You're more confident. You're more disciplined. You're more focused. You're more optimistic. You're more resilient. You're more determined. You're more persistent. You're more successful. But here's the key. You have to make exercise a discipline. You have to do it every day. You have to do it whether you feel like it or not. You have to do it when it's convenient and when it's not convenient. You have to do it when you're motivated and when you're not motivated. You have to do it when you're busy and when you're not busy. You have to make it a non-negotiable part of your life. The discipline of managing your time is critical to your success. Time is your most valuable asset. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. You can replace almost anything, but you can't replace time. Once time is gone, it's gone forever. How you spend your time determines how you spend your life. Most people waste their time. They spend hours watching television. They spend hours on social media. They spend hours gossiping. They spend hours complaining. They spend hours doing meaningless activities. But successful people invest their time. They spend time reading. They spend time learning. They spend time growing. They spend time building. They spend time creating. They spend time adding value. You have to become a good time manager. You have to learn to prioritize. You have to learn to focus on the most important activities. You have to learn to eliminate the time wasters. You have to learn to say no to the things that don't matter so you can say yes to the things that do matter. Here's a simple time management principle that will change your life. Spend 80% of your time on the 20% of activities that produce 80% of your results. Most people do the opposite. They spend 80% of their time on the 20% of activities that produce 20% of their results. They stay busy instead of being productive. The discipline of surrounding yourself with the right people is absolutely essential to your success. You become like the people you associate with. You become like the people you spend time with. You become like the people you listen to. You become like the people you learn from. You become like the people you admire. You become like the people you follow. If you want to be successful, you have to associate with successful people. If you want to be wealthy, you have to associate with wealthy people. If you want to be healthy, you have to associate with healthy people. If you want to be happy, you have to associate with happy people. If you want to be positive, you have to associate with positive people. But here's the problem. Most people associate with the wrong people. They associate with negative people. They associate with complaining people. They associate with excuse-making people. They associate with blame-placing people. They associate with victim mentality people. And then they wonder why their life is negative and full of problems. You have to be very selective about who you spend your time with. You have to choose your associations carefully. You have to limit your exposure to negative people. You have to increase your exposure to positive people. You have to find mentors who have what you want. You have to find role models who inspire you to be better. The discipline of setting and reviewing goals regularly is the foundation of all achievement. Goals give you direction. Goals give you purpose. Goals give you motivation. Goals give you a reason to get up in the morning. Goals give you something to work toward. Goals give you something to measure your progress against. But most people don't set goals. They drift through life without any clear direction. They live day to day without any long-term vision. They react to circumstances instead of creating circumstances. They let life happen to them instead of making life happen for them. You have to set goals for every area of your life. You have to set financial goals. You have to set career goals. You have to set health goals. You have to set relationship goals. You have to set personal development goals. You have to set family goals. You have to set spiritual goals. You have to set goals for everything that's important to you. But setting goals is not enough. You have to review your goals regularly. You have to read them every day. You have to think about them constantly. You have to visualize them clearly. You have to believe in them completely. You have to work toward them consistently. You have to measure your progress constantly. You have to adjust your approach accordingly. Goals that are not written down are just wishes. Goals that are not reviewed regularly are just dreams. Goals that are not worked on daily are just fantasies. You have to make your goals real. You have to make them specific. You have to make them measurable. You have to make them time-bound. You have to make them achievable. You have to make them relevant. Now let me tell you about the enemies of progress that you must overcome if you want to become better than who you were yesterday. The first enemy is procrastination. Procrastination is the killer of dreams. Procrastination is the thief of time. Procrastination is the enemy of success. Procrastination is the reason why most people never achieve their goals. Procrastination is easy to rationalize. You tell yourself you'll do it tomorrow. You tell yourself you'll do it when you feel like it. You tell yourself you'll do it when you have more time. You tell yourself you'll do it when you have more energy. You tell yourself you'll do it when you have more money. You tell yourself you'll do it when you have more knowledge. You tell yourself you'll do it when the conditions are perfect. But here's the truth. The conditions will never be perfect. You'll never have enough time. You'll never have enough energy. You'll never have enough money. You'll never have enough knowledge. You'll never feel completely ready. You'll never feel completely prepared. You'll never feel completely confident. You just have to start. You just have to begin. You just have to take action. The way to overcome procrastination is to break your goals down into small, manageable steps. Instead of thinking about writing a book, think about writing one page. Instead of thinking about losing 50 pounds, think about losing 1 pound. Instead of thinking about building a business, think about making one sale. Instead of thinking about reading 50 books, think about reading one chapter. The second enemy is negative people. Negative people are everywhere. They're in your family. They're in your workplace. They're in your neighborhood. They're in your social circles. They're constantly complaining. They're constantly criticizing. They're constantly finding fault. They're constantly spreading negativity. Negative people will try to discourage you. They'll tell you that your dreams are too big. They'll tell you that your goals are unrealistic. They'll tell you that you're not smart enough. They'll tell you that you're not talented enough. They'll tell you that you don't have what it takes. They'll tell you that you should be realistic. They'll tell you that you should settle for less. But here's what you have to understand. Negative people are not trying to protect you. They're trying to protect themselves. They're trying to justify their own lack of achievement. They're trying to make themselves feel better about their own failures. They're trying to keep you at their level so they don't feel bad about themselves. You have to limit your exposure to negative people. You don't have to be rude to them. You don't have to be mean to them. You just have to limit the time you spend with them. You have to protect your mind from their negativity. You have to protect your dreams from their discouragement. You have to protect your goals from their criticism. The third enemy is fear. Fear is the great paralyzer. Fear keeps you from taking action. Fear keeps you from taking risks. Fear keeps you from growing. Fear keeps you from changing. Fear keeps you from becoming who you could become. Most people are afraid of failure. They're afraid of making mistakes. They're afraid of looking foolish. They're afraid of being rejected. They're afraid of being criticized. They're afraid of being judged. So they play it safe. They stay in their comfort zone. They avoid challenges. They avoid risks. They avoid opportunities. But here's what you have to understand. Failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is part of success. Everyone who has ever achieved anything significant has failed multiple times. The difference between successful people and unsuccessful people is that successful people fail forward. They learn from their failures. They grow from their failures. They use their failures as stepping stones to success. You have to embrace failure. You have to welcome failure. You have to learn from failure. You have to grow from failure. You have to use failure as feedback. You have to use failure as education. You have to use failure as motivation. The fourth enemy is comfort zones. Comfort zones are dangerous because they feel safe, they feel secure, they feel familiar, they feel predictable. But comfort zones are where dreams go to die. Comfort zones are where potential goes to waste. Comfort zones are where people settle for mediocrity. You have to be willing to leave your comfort zone. You have to be willing to try new things. You have to be willing to take risks. You have to be willing to face uncertainty. You have to be willing to face challenges. You have to be willing to face difficulties. You have to be willing to face failures. Growth happens outside your comfort zone. Learning happens outside your comfort zone. Progress happens outside your comfort zone. Success happens outside your comfort zone. Everything you want is outside your comfort zone. You have to be willing to go there. You have to be willing to stay there. The fifth enemy is criticism from others. People will criticize you. They'll criticize your dreams. They'll criticize your goals. They'll criticize your plans. They'll criticize your efforts. They'll criticize your progress. They'll criticize your success. They'll always find something to criticize. But here's what you have to understand. Criticism is the price of success. The more successful you become, the more criticism you'll receive. The more you achieve, the more people will try to tear you down. The more you grow, the more people will try to discourage you. The more you succeed, the more people will try to find fault with you. You have to develop thick skin. You have to learn to ignore the critics. You have to learn to focus on your goals instead of their opinions. You have to learn to listen to your inner voice instead of their outer voices. You have to learn to believe in yourself instead of their doubts. The sixth enemy is the lack of persistence. Most people give up too easily. They try something for a few weeks or a few months and then quit when they don't see immediate results. They expect instant gratification. They expect overnight success. They expect immediate rewards. But success doesn't work that way. Success takes time. Success takes effort. Success takes patience. Success takes persistence. Success takes determination. Success takes consistency. Success takes commitment. Success takes sacrifice. Success takes character. You have to be willing to persist when others quit. You have to be willing to continue when others stop. You have to be willing to push forward when others give up. You have to be willing to keep going when others turn back. You have to be willing to stay the course when others change direction. Persistence is the key to breakthrough. Persistence is the key to achievement. Persistence is the key to success. Most people fail not because they lack ability, but because they lack persistence. They give up right before the breakthrough. They quit right before the victory. They stop right before the success. Now let me tell you how to build your better tomorrow today. The first step is to create a personal development plan. You have to decide what areas of your life you want to improve. You have to decide what skills you want to develop. You have to decide what knowledge you want to acquire. You have to decide what habits you want to form. You have to decide what changes you want to make. Your personal development plan should be specific. It should be measurable. It should be time-bound. It should be written down. It should be reviewed regularly. It should be adjusted as needed. It should be your roadmap to becoming better than who you were yesterday. You should focus on developing your mind, your body, and your spirit. You should focus on improving your skills, your knowledge, and your abilities. You should focus on forming better habits, better relationships, and better attitudes. You should focus on creating better results, better circumstances, and better opportunities. The second step is to measure your progress, not just your activity, Most people measure activity instead of results. They measure how many hours they work instead of how much they accomplish. They measure how busy they are instead of how productive they are. They measure how much effort they put in instead of how much value they create. You have to focus on results. You have to focus on outcomes. You have to focus on achievements. You have to focus on progress. You have to focus on improvement. You have to focus on growth. You have to focus on becoming better than who you were yesterday. Keep a journal. Write down your goals. Write down your progress. Write down your challenges. Write down your successes. Write down your failures. Write down your lessons learned. Write down your insights. Write down your breakthroughs. Write down your improvements. Review your journal regularly. Look for patterns. Look for trends. Look for areas where you're making progress. Look for areas where you need to improve. Look for opportunities to do better. Look for ways to accelerate your growth. Look for ways to maximize your potential. The third step is to turn your life around in the next 90 days. You don't have to wait years to see results. You don't have to wait months to see progress. You can start seeing improvements in just 90 days if you're willing to make the necessary changes. For the next 90 days, commit to reading 30 minutes a day. For the next 90 days, commit to exercising 30 minutes a day. For the next 90 days, commit to eating healthy food. For the next 90 days, commit to getting enough sleep. For the next 90 days, commit to managing your time better. For the next 90 days, commit to setting and reviewing your goals daily. For the next 90 days, commit to surrounding yourself with positive people. For the next 90 days, commit to limiting your exposure to negative influences. For the next 90 days, commit to learning new skills. For the next 90 days, commit to improving your attitude. For the next 90 days, commit to taking action toward your goals every single day. If you do these things for 90 days, you'll be amazed at the transformation in your life. You'll have more energy. You'll have more confidence. You'll have more knowledge. You'll have more skills. You'll have more discipline. You'll have more focus. You'll have more progress. You'll have more success. You'll be better than who you were 90 days ago. The fourth step is to understand the ripple effect of personal change. When you change, everything around you changes. When you improve, everything around you improves. When you grow, everything around you grows. When you become better, everything around you becomes better. Your family will benefit from your growth. Your friends will benefit from your improvement. Your co-workers will benefit from your development. Your community will benefit from your success. Your world will benefit from your transformation. You don't just change for yourself. You change for everyone who depends on you. You change for everyone who looks up to you. You change for everyone who follows you. You have a responsibility to become the best version of yourself. You have a responsibility to develop your potential. You have a responsibility to use your talents. You have a responsibility to maximize your abilities. You have a responsibility to make a difference. You have a responsibility to contribute. You have a responsibility to add value. The fifth step is to become an example for others. People are watching you. They're watching how you live. They're watching how you work. They're watching how you treat others. They're watching how you handle challenges. They're watching how you handle difficulties. They're watching how you respond to difficulties. They're watching how you deal with setbacks. They're watching how you pursue your goals. You have the power to inspire others. You have the power to motivate others. You have the power to encourage others. You have the power to influence others. You have the power to change others. You have the power to help others become better than who they were yesterday. But you can't give what you don't have. You can't teach what you don't know. You can't lead where you haven't been. You can't inspire others to grow if you're not growing. You can't motivate others to change if you're not changing. You can't encourage others to improve if you're not improving. You have to become the person you want others to become. You have to live the life you want others to live. You have to demonstrate the habits you want others to develop. You have to model the behavior you want others to follow. You have to be the example you want others to see. Now here's my final challenge to you. Don't wait until tomorrow to start. Don't wait until next week to begin. Don't wait until next month to make changes. Don't wait until next year to set goals. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait until you have more time. Don't wait until you have more time. Don't wait until you have more money. Don't wait until you have more knowledge. Don't wait until the conditions are perfect. Start today. Start right now. Start with where you are. Start with what you have. Start with what you know. Start with small steps. Start with simple changes. Start with easy disciplines. Start with realistic goals. Start with achievable targets. The person you become in the next 5 years will be determined by the books you read, the people you associate with, the goals you set, the habits you form, and the actions you take. You have the power to control all of these factors. You have the power to choose your books. You have the power to choose your associations. You have the power to choose your goals. You have the power to choose your habits. You have the power to choose your actions. 5 years from now, you'll be somewhere. The question is, where will you be? Will you be better than you are today? Will you be healthier than you are today? Will you be wealthier than you are today? Will you be happier than you are today? Will you be more successful than you are today? Will you be more skilled than you are today? Will you be more knowledgeable than you are today? Will you be more disciplined than you are today? The choice is yours, the power is yours, the responsibility is yours, the opportunity is yours, the future is yours. You can become better than who you were yesterday. You can become the person you've always dreamed of becoming. You can achieve the goals you've always wanted to achieve. You can live the life you've always wanted to live, but you have to start today. You have to make the decision today. You have to take action today. You have to begin the journey today. You have to start becoming better than who you were yesterday today. Remember, success is not a destination. Success is a journey. Success is not something you achieve once and then you're done. Success is something you work on every single day. Success is about becoming better than who you were yesterday every single day for the rest of your life. You have greatness within you. You have potential within you. You have abilities within you. You have talents within you. You have dreams within you. You have goals within you. You have everything you need within you to become better than who you were yesterday. Now go out there and make it happen. Go out there and become the person you were meant to become. Go out there and live the life you were meant to live. Go out there and achieve the success you were meant to achieve. Go out there and make the difference you were meant to make. The world needs what you have to offer. The world needs your talents. The world needs your abilities. The world needs your contributions. The world needs your example. The world needs you to become better than who you were yesterday. Start today. Start right now. Your better tomorrow begins today. My friend, we've come to the end of our time together, but this is really just the beginning for you. Everything I've shared with you today comes down to one simple choice. The choice to become better than who you were yesterday. Not next week, not next month, not next year, today. You see, most people will hear these words and feel inspired for a moment. They'll feel motivated for a few hours. They'll feel excited for a few days. But then they'll go back to their old ways. They'll go back to their old habits. They'll go back to their old thinking. They'll go back to their old results. And 5 years from now, they'll be exactly where they are today, wondering what happened to their dream. But you're different. You're here because you want more from life. You're here because you know you have potential that you haven't tapped into yet. You're here because you understand that where you are is not where you have to stay. You're here because you're ready to make the changes necessary to create the life you truly want. The information I've shared with you today is not theory. It's not philosophy. It's not wishful thinking. It's practical wisdom that has worked for thousands of people who decided to apply it. It will work for you too, but only if you work it. Success is not automatic. Growth is not guaranteed. Progress is not inevitable. You have to make it happen. Starting tomorrow morning, when you wake up, ask yourself this question. What can I do today to become better than who I was yesterday? Maybe it's reading for 30 minutes instead of watching television. Maybe it's exercising for 30 minutes instead of sitting on the couch. Maybe it's calling a potential mentor instead of complaining about your circumstances. Maybe it's writing down your goals instead of just thinking about them. Maybe it's saying no to negative people instead of listening to their discouragement. Whatever it is, do it. Take action. Make the move. Begin the process. Start the journey. Because here's what I know for certain. The person you become in the next 5 years will be determined by the decisions you make in the next 5 days. The habits you form in the next 30 days will shape the results you experience in the next 30 months. The actions you take today will determine the life you live tomorrow. You have everything you need within you right now to begin this transformation. You don't need more time. You don't need more money. You don't need more knowledge. You don't need more resources. You don't need better circumstances. You just need to make the decision and take action. The world is waiting for the person you can become. Your family is waiting for the person you can become. Your future is waiting for the person you can become. But most importantly, you are waiting for the person you can become. So go out there and make it happen. Go out there and become better than who you were yesterday. Go out there and show the world what's possible when someone decides to take full responsibility for their life and commit to continuous improvement. Your time is now. Your moment is here. Your opportunity is today. Don't let it slip away. Seize it. Own it. Make it count. Become better than who you were yesterday, starting right now.